Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's me again, Sergeant First Class Briones, and today I would like to speak to you about my philosophy in leadership and how it ties into my goals here in Troy Army University and what I'm going to do with it after. Without further ado, let's move on. So, our agenda today and the things that I would like to talk about is my definition of leadership, as well as leadership goals during and after Troy, leadership characteristics, as well as leadership styles. First things first, so my definition of a leader. Looking at this picture right here, I think it's a great representation of the thing that we learned back in Leadership 1100, which was servant leadership. To my left and to my right, I think the one to the right is the best definition because, as you can see, the leader himself is participating with the whole team and helping everybody achieve their goals, versus this one on the left. The only person that's achieving their goals is the boss, and everybody else is suffering down under him without his help. Leadership goal while in Troy. Biggest thing that I want to take out of being a leader here in Troy is hoping that my peers would pick up something that I've learned throughout the years in the military as well as a civilian, and hopefully they can take that with them in the future as far as being a leader. Learning from peers is my main goal, so I enjoy reading everybody's discussions. I pick up things here and there that I would feel that I would find useful later on down the road as being a good leader as well. And then I think continuous learning and getting educated throughout this subject obviously is our main goal as well, to make us better leaders for later on down the road. My leadership goal after Troy. Biggest thing is I would like to stay in the human resources field or any job that would allow me to help directly affect someone's life. I would like to continue to be a servant leader, which is, I think, a very good technique or a very good way to be a leader throughout community, or not community, but continuous military service, which I have, like what I said in my introductory speech, is I have a little bit more, over 10 years before I retire. And my main goal in the military, since I'm going to stay in there anyways, is to mold and mentor future soldiers and future military leaders. You'll hear this often in the military, that our goal is to make sure that we train somebody and we mold somebody to take our spot, because we're not going to be in the military forever. If we train this leader right, our security and our future and our children's future will be in good hands, pending they were trained correctly. Leadership characteristics that I look up to and I would like to use in the long run is one, humility. I think a very humble leader is very crucial. I would rather listen to a humble leader versus a leader that talks a lot, and they lose credibility that way. Lifelong learner, or learning, is what I would like to not forget, because I feel that if you stop at one point thinking that you know everything already, you are just lying to yourself. The biggest thing is you should be open to learning continuously from others, from everything that you read, from everything that you go through as life experience would be a crucial aspect in being a leader. And lastly, good listening skills, because there's a difference between hearing and listening. You learn more if you listen versus just hearing, I believe. Leadership style that I believe that I would like to use a lot more is the coaching style, as well as a combination of the authoritative style. I think this is crucial in the military because, based off of our culture and our rank, sometimes you have to be authoritative. At the same time, while you're doing that, finding the good balance of coaching a soldier, and going back to my a couple slides back, talking about mentoring and molding this soldier to become a future leader, is the best way to go about it, because having that right balance would be perfect. So again, we talked about my definition of being a leader, which is I would like to lean more towards being a servant leader. Leadership goals during and after Troy is what we talked about, focusing more on my human resources side. Again, going back to the servant leadership aspect of things. The characteristics of humility, lifelong learning is, I think, a big deal for me as well. and the leadership style of finding the right balance between authoritative and everything else. Again, that is my presentation. Thank you so much.